Bonsoir. Yes, it's us guys. We're back. We're live. If you only saw us yesterday, I'm so sorry we're back so soon. We've got more news coming from France. I really hope you guys aren't getting bored with us, but Eurovision needs to stop with all the news coming, and then we'll get off your screens. But before we go on, let's say hello to, we've got Morton V in the live chat. Hello to you, Morton. Thank you so much for joining us as always. We've got Deep. You're not that excited for France because you're not a fan of his previous songs. We'll talk about that. Sarah O'Halloran, we've got in the live chat. We've got Karins from Latvia. Hello to you. We've also got Joshua Damour. Hello to you guys. Thank you for joining us. So, Paolo, tell us the news. We have another singer.
Yes, we do. It's Tom Leeb. He's going to be representing France, and he is a 30-year-old actor. He's a singer as well, obviously, and he's also a comedian as well. He's relatively new. He's released his debut album only just in September, so it's only been a couple of months since he released his album. Although he did release a single in last year in 2 years ago now in 2018, still in the mind of 2019 obviously. He has come from a family of artists as well. His singer was also in The Voice, and yeah, he seems like an interesting choice that France has decided to go for. He has been a support act for Sting and Tom Jones, apparently. He has his inspiration. It comes from likes of Ben Howard, Matt Corby, Bon Iver, John Mayer, and it does show in his music on the videos and the songs and the covers that he has done already.
I just say, is it really bad that I don't know who Ben Howard is?
Neither do I.
Someone let us know who Ben Howard is. He's a.
I'm trying to remember the song. I'm trying to remember the song. I know who he is. I've heard the songs, but it's not coming in my head. But I remember hearing it. And I was thinking just earlier on. I was like, yeah, I could see the similarities in that. So I see where they come from that. So
well, Jess. Yeah, I was just going to say, Jess, we've had this rumor for a little while. Yeah. I say a little while. It has been like a couple of days, 2-3 days. We were hearing Tom Leeb's name mentioned, and normally, to be honest, when we get these rumors, they never normally come to fruition. But I don't know if they felt pressure to announce him because it had kind of been rumored in the press. How are you feeling about this choice?
I mean, like Paolo said, I think Tom Leeb is a very interesting choice, and it seems like I don't think France have ever sent anyone quite like him before. From what I've seen of his kind of music and his covers on YouTube, kind of seems like an unusual choice for France, but it seems like a choice that could do very well for them because it is so different, and it's very I kind of feel like he knows exactly what he wants, he knows his style, and he can bring that to the stage. I think he could deliver like a Salvador moment or a Duncan moment, maybe, if he goes in that direction. I'm kind of getting that vibe from what I've heard of him. So I'm really intrigued to hear the song that he will sing and how it's going to be.
We have to say hello. More people in the live. We've got Emond. Guys, get your hands ready. We've got Emond. We've got Oran in the live chat. We've got Eurovlog Gonzalo. We've got BHTV Network. Hello to you. We've got Jorge Garcia. We have got Oran. Hello. You're saying interesting choice for France. We've got Hadis fan. We've got Euroboy. Hey, Euroboy. Where have you been? We've missed you. We've also, I think that's it for the moment. Guys, we really want to know your thoughts on France selecting Tom Leeb internally. Stuart, I'm still a little bit gutted that we've got no Destination Eurovision this year, but I'm happy with the choice.
Yeah, I have to say I'm happy with the choice as well. I didn't follow Destination Eurovision last year, but
you missed out.
Apparently, I did. Apparently, that was the one to really follow closely. But that was last year. Let's talk about Tom Leeb this year. When I was looking at some of his work, I very quickly became intrigued because, as Jess mentioned, this is somebody who might be able to stand out if he does something that's kind of like Salvatore or Duncan. In this case, what I find really interesting about him is that he's not a kind of belting pop singer. The songs that you can find of his on YouTube, they're all acoustic. They're quite intimate and very delicately written. There was one video that I sent to you guys as well that really kind of changed my opinion really quickly, or not changed my opinion, but it made me the most interested, which is him performing a song called Go On. And he has the guitar on his lap and he's playing it like he's using it as a percussive instrument while strumming with it as well. So what that says to me is that this isn't just a pretty face with a good voice. This is a musician who knows how to play instruments, who has really a unique style. So I think it's really interesting to see what they're going to bring. As you mentioned before we went on air, it seems like they had actually chosen the song first before they chose him. Which means that maybe what we'll see won't be as much from his style. It might be something that's different that he can pull off, but I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that they'd kind of they'd selected a singer-songwriter, immediately I thought, oh my God, he's going to be singing his own song, just kind of like Duncan Laurence was. And I think sometimes when an artist is singing their own composition, they can really connect with the song and you get something different. You get that spark. But on the other side of the coin, we've also had some amazing connections with songs that haven't been written by artists in the past as well. So I have checked out some of his stuff on YouTube. I have to say, I love it's a bit country vibe maybe, but love the rasp in his voice as well. Love the tone of his voice. And you said, not just a pretty face. I hadn't noticed personally, but I have. He's this guy is going to get hearts fluttering, I think, in Eurovision.
I'm wondering maybe if they have already selected a song, it could just be like a rough demo version. So then it could be open for him to have his input to kind of finalize the song. So it could kind of be like half his song, which might make a difference.
I didn't think of that actually. That's a really good point. I'm sure whatever song they've picked, because they were adamant that this is the song they wanted for Eurovision. So that in itself excites me that they have that much confidence in the song. And I'm pretty sure that they've picked a good artist. I think France really, really want to do well in this contest, and I think they've been learning every year. I mean, we were all fans, apart from Stuart, who didn't watch it. But Paolo, I know that you loved the national final as well.
Oh yeah, like I really did enjoy watching it every single year. Like I feel like every single time it does get really exciting watching it, just seeing the votes come in and seeing everyone perform. And also as well, because the way they did it in Destination Eurovision, the fact that they released the studio versions first, and then you see the live performance and seeing this sometimes the stark difference in how they are and how a performance can really change people's perceptions of the song. I feel that was in my opinion, like the main reason why I loved it, because just because it is so different and in the studio and the live, and it just makes me want to watch it more.
But I was going to say, ultimately, when we want to go back to France's last top 10 position, we go back to when they last scrapped their national selection and they brought in Amir and they went top 10. And it kind of seems like history repeating, because although we love Destination Eurovision, it didn't bring, I love saying that in a French accent, by the way, I'm never going to be able to stop. But it didn't bring the results that France were hoping for, really. I mean, they didn't get a top 10 placing with either Madame Monsieur or Bilal, and these were the songs chosen by the public. So I think we have to trust them in what they're doing, in going internal, in choosing the song that they have all this confidence in, and now choosing Tom Leeb as a performer. You'll agree?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, like you said before, going internal seems a good choice after not
the results you were hoping for from a national final. So.
Well, let's just go to the chat. Euro boy, like I said, none of us have noticed his looks. Euro boy, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you got all these handsome performers that are going to turn up, and then me and Stuart are going to rock up in Rotterdam. You know what's going to happen to the Eurovision community? Hello to Jay Santos. You're saying the choices don't express each country's population taste. How can EBU want people to be involved in Eurovision vibe and vote if some countries don't involve people in the first place? Ooh, interesting.
Well, I want to speak to that because a lot of people think that just because some countries go with a national final, that means that it's truly the people who are deciding and it's 100% the people. But you also have to remember that those songs that go to the national final were also selected by a panel. So there's always some degree of people who, like a small section of the population making the first decision. So it's, I mean, I don't agree with this idea that just because it wasn't chosen by a televote or something that it's not a good choice or it's not a reflection of the country's tastes. I think it's kind of on these juries or whoever it is that chooses them to be forward thinking and to try and choose something that will turn heads. Because you also have to remember too that it's not about what their own country wants. It's about attracting attention from all the other countries. That's the name of the game.
Mm.
I mean, what you're saying is right. Ultimately, this is a competition, and broadcasters and countries want to win. I think France are laying their cards out on the table. France too are laying their cards out on the table this year. I think they really want to go for it. Euroboy says hello to you, Paolo. He's not that new, Euroboy. He's been with us a long time. Sarah O'Halloran, you're saying he must sing a sad love song. Interesting.
Well, anything's possible.
Oran, you're getting a country vibe. You think it's a good choice because we know the Netherlands love their country. So yes, they do. Netherlands is always the country in Europe that sends kind of that country vibe to Eurovision. Jess?
I feel like I'm the only person that's not getting this country vibe from him. Like,
me neither.
I just don't get what everyone, like, I've listened to some of his stuff on YouTube and I'm getting no country. Sorry.
Maybe it's the guitar, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I would say that for me, it's more a folk sound than it is a country sound. The fact that it is acoustic, because I think, especially being in North America, I tend to associate country music with having that voice with a twang, which he certainly doesn't have. But I mean, folk music is great. Folk music is still really popular, and I think there's lots of opportunity.
So I've just lost the comment now, but someone was saying they're excited to see, I think it's Deep was saying you're excited to see what the new head of delegation for France will bring. Obviously, because we were sad to see Stephen leave the French delegation just after Junior Eurovision. But things always move on, and we've got Alexandra Redet Amiel. I'm not sure if I said that name right. So yeah, always interested to see how things change when a new head of delegation comes into this mix. Karins, you're looking forward to the song, even if it's good or bad. You know you will love it. So I'm going to put Jochem Peters. The Netherlands want to be the new Ireland and win this contest too. Yes, I'm sure we would love to go back to the Netherlands. It's nice and easy for us to get to.
I know.
From the UK, so we would love to go back to the Netherlands. But you guys maybe deserve another win just because you waited so long. But France has also waited a very long time. We're going way back to 1977. I can't do the maths, but that sounds like 40 plus years. Well, we 40,
yeah, we're on about
43 years. So a long time. And imagine Eurovision in somewhere like Paris. Well, actually, I want to go down to the south coast. I want the sun. So I want Eurovision in Nice. But imagine Eurovision in the sun again in the south of France. That'd be amazing, guys.
That would be lush.
Morton V, I'm going to put this out to everyone. Favorite French entry, guys?
Oh.
I think mine would either be between Je n'ai que mon âme by Natasha St. Pierre
or Le Dernier Qui a Parlé by Amina.
Oh,
Okay.
Mine would be from 2009, Et s'il fallait le faire.
Love that one.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Okay. My one would probably be Alma from.
Oh, I think we lost Paolo. I think it was Alma. Mine. Do you know what, Stuart? I'm going to have to. Jess, have I got a favourite French Eurovision song? You know my musical taste more than I do.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Could it
Patricia
be
Cast as well.
Allez, allez, allez.
Oh yes, love that, Jessie Matador. But I have to say, I think Patricia Cast, Stu, is one of the classiest French songs that France have ever sent to Eurovision. She was a huge star. Really loved the song. I'm chuckling inside because Paolo's gone stiff. Paolo, we hope you can join us. Probably your internet connection. So yeah, there you go. I think that was Euroboy that asked our favourite French entries. Karen's, you're saying France 2010 was your favourite. Euroboy. Oh, someone agrees with you, Jess.
Woo! For once, someone agrees.
Morton V. Yes, Moustache. I'll tell you a little thing. Me and my brother they don't rap really, but we sing Moustache in the car sometimes. And we kind of know the words. It's all a bit comme ci, comme ça. But yeah, love that. You know, the French have tried different things over the years. I really do think they mean business this time around. We've also got Veronique Geffroy. I'm going to try and translate your comment. So you think this year Tom will be will have an advantage? I'm not sure if I'm getting this right. Will have an advantage to win Eurovision because he sings very well. Either sings very well or sings from the heart. I'm not sure. But thank you so much for joining us, Veronique Geffroy, either from France or a French. Excuse me, French-speaking nation. Hadith fan, you're saying it's unfair that the big five get to go to final automatically. I know many people would disagree with you. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion on that.
Look at how many wins those countries have. Not
yeah. Fun fact, Karen's, you would love Twin to return. So guys, if you're not watching this live, please do still comment underneath the video and let us know what you think about Tom Leeb's selection. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well for lots more news coming up. Seems like it's coming every night, guys. We're going to be busy. And also, we want to know your favourite French songs. Are you really anticipating now a French win? Do you think, like me, that the French really, really want to win this thing now? We would love to have your feedback underneath. Guys, let's just go back to Amir because he was internally selected in 2017. 16, that's right. 2016 brought them a great result, a result that they've been waiting for. Was actually the favourite going into the contest, or one of the favourites. Yeah. Jess, the track was very radio friendly. You had a bit of English in there. He did all the pre-parties. He was a huge hit on the Eurovision circuit, and that did translate into votes as well. And some people maybe felt the performance was slightly underwhelming.
Yeah, but I mean, apart from that, though, you could tell that France had already upped their game and that they were, you know, because they hadn't had many good results in the last couple of years before that, you could tell that they really wanted to kind of get the, get the momentum back, get people loving Eurovision again in France. And Amir, with his song, was, in my opinion, the perfect choice for that. And since then, even though they haven't made the top 10, they've still been improving every year, and they've made the left side of the scoreboard. Their entries have become really big fan favourites some years. So they're doing good, but they could be doing great. So maybe Tom Leeb could be the one to change this.
And then the next year, 2017, we had Alma, and we were huge fans of Alma as well. One, because she was just so kind of genuine, down to earth to talk to, was really great in interviews, really, really likable, and had this nice kind of, it was a very French song as well that she had, I think. And I loved the staging where they kind of had was it the Eiffel Tower in the background? Yeah. I'm sure they had like different like French landmarks. Love that.
Yeah, a lot of spinning too. That's what I remember from that that staging.
Yes.
That I think that was probably one of my favorite songs based on the studio version that year. I think that the live there was something missing in it, but I'd have to watch it again to really pinpoint what it was. But yeah, I agree with you, Jess. I think that they're really working on upping their game more and more every year. And even if there are some years where it doesn't quite hit, it seems that they aren't dragging near the bottom as they might have been at one point. And yeah, good examples with Alma and Amir. I think there's one real big question about this year with Tom, which is how French will the song be? Because in the past, it has been a bit controversial when the song has too much English in it. And if you look at all Tom Leeb's songs so far, I've only seen him sing in English. Oops, excuse me. So I think there's a question there about could they be looking to send something that has considerably more English, and will that be a controversy with the French people?
Well, Karen's is actually saying apparently the entry this year will be in English. So I'm not sure if I don't know if that's confirmed. It might just be a rumor, but it would be interesting. And Jess, I think the first time, if it is fully in English, that will be the first time ever for a French entry.
Yeah, I mean, I know they've kind of dabbled in English before, but it's only been 1 or 2 lines. So I get the impression that France are just trying to work out what works best for them. They've tried internal, they've tried Destination Eurovision, and now they're trying this new internal kind of approach. So maybe going English could be the thing for them.
Charlie G, I have to shout out to you. You're saying Call You Crazy, you love and still listen to their 2007 entry. Jess, Eurovisionopedia, which one is that?
Wasn't a fan of that one. It was called L'amour, la France, I think, by Le Postal, Le Picard, something.
Was that a bald guy that was jumping around?
Something. They were wearing pink suits and they had something, I can't remember.
All right, Charlie G, we are going to call you crazy. Jeffrey as well, you're saying you hope not full English. You want native languages. I mean, we only have to go back a couple of years. We had Portugal winning with the song in Portuguese. I mean, that was a special standout song, whichever language it would have been in. If they do send a song fully in English, I won't necessarily be disappointed, because I think as well, if for a country like France, who's always sent in French or a mixture of French and English, to go fully English, again, it just shows you how much they really want to win this. And ultimately, a great Eurovision song needs to be something that can be a hit all around Europe as well. So maybe that will be a benefit. I'm not saying I want a fully English song. I'll be more than happy to have something in the beautiful French language as well. It would just be interesting to see, but I do have a feeling that it will be a song in English. Stuart, all of his music so far, his videos on YouTube are all in English.
That's what I've seen. So I mean, but again, we can never be certain. So I mean, we've had plenty of songs in the past that have been in French and that have been really big hits. Not even just within their own countries, but across borders. But I mean, yeah, I think when it comes to the languages, I'm certainly a big fan of diversity and having not all songs in English, but a mixture of them. But I also think that it just comes down to the nature of the song itself, and also having the right songwriter as well, because there are many instances where you have somebody who isn't a native English speaker and they translate a song and it doesn't quite work. But then you have other examples where it works perfectly regardless of what their background is. So in this case, I could really go either way.
I mean, it doesn't sound like he's going to be singing a song that he's written. So it may be a song that's been written in French.
Exactly.
Obviously, being French, he will have no problem with that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Euroboy wants to know, Andy and Jess, were you in Amsterdam for the Het Grote Song Festival Fiest?
Unfortunately, not.
No, I wasn't. I was meant to be actually Euro boy, but then I wasn't. I wasn't very well for a while, so I wasn't able to attend. Mix that with funny you should say, but mix it with French train strikes, and my trip was unfortunately cancelled. Morton V, you're saying France is one of the few countries who every year sends something in their own language.
Yeah.
Yes, they've never sent anything fully in English. I think Natasha St Pierre was the first to ever put a little bit of English in one of her entries. Jeffrey, you're saying English is overdone; it's getting more mediocre at this point. Charlie G, back to 2007. We're only joking. You're not really crazy, but yeah. Well, Euro fans are crazy. You're right about that. Apparently, Le Fatal Picard have just released a song about a supermarket. Okay. We'll check that out on YouTube. Maybe Charlie G, maybe you can link us in the video when we finish going live. And let's say hello to Fatma Goodsell as well. Wants to know if we've watched Morve Otossi Deli. It's a Turkish song from Eurovision. Jess, you remember that one?
Have we watched what? Sorry.
I can't say it very well. More Veotosi and Delhi. I think it was like
that was
that's it.
Wasn't keen on that one, but I remember it.
Ooh. Do you know that one, Stu?
I don't. What year is that?
That is
2008.
2008. You need to check that one out, I think. We always say this all the time. We miss Turkey. Turkey, you guys need to come back soon. We want to welcome you back into the Eurovision fam. Joshem Peters, you're saying French will only touch other Europeans if it's an emotional song. In other styles, the language is passé. Okay. But yeah, guys, like I said, P for Canam, where have you been? We've missed you. We haven't seen you for a long time. Hope you're doing well. Are you just saying the French seem to do okay in the jury, but televote seems to be a lingering problem? That's a really good point, actually. And I'm wondering if maybe that's why they're changing tact this year. They are picking up the jury votes, but not televotes.
I haven't looked too closely at it, but I mean, it makes sense. Again, the name of the game is appealing to your neighbors, not necessarily to the people within your own country. So yeah, obviously they need to be somewhere near the top of the televote to win. But yeah, it could be a reason for why we're seeing this kind of a singer this time.
Like I said, guys, we just have trust in France too. They've made this decision to switch things up again. New head of delegation. It might be a new team. It'd be interesting to see what kind of input they put into the staging as well, because we all know that can be very important for Eurovision performance. The French haven't always got the staging right over the years. I think there could have been a bit more with Amir. Alma's staging was good. We had lots of emotion with Bilal last year in Tel Aviv. Mercy was Mercy. It was literally just them on stage, wasn't it? I think with the fists.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they haven't always got the staging right. So it'll be interesting to see what the new head of delegation does, what team they bring in, and what that results in. But I've got a good feeling about France this year.
And I think that's a good point as well, because I'm always of the opinion that staging tends to be more for the audience rather than the juries themselves. The juries really should be focusing more on the music. So maybe that's actually a key to their success, to getting the staging right this time, because it seems like they've got lots of ambition, but maybe they just kind of fall short in the execution. So yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here now, guys. But don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to our Facebook page, give us a like. You can tweet at us on Twitter. You can see our pictures on Instagram. Guys, you need to subscribe to all of our socials. We love interacting with you. If you're not watching live, still do all those things, but comment under the video. We want to know what you think about Tom Leeb's selection for France. Guys, it's getting closer. It's like 4 months until the first semi-final. That's crazy. We need to get some proper sleep. We need to get rehearsal started beginning of May, so we're like 3.5 months.
True.
Away. So yeah, maybe 4 months until the first semi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
excited.
I know. And then, like, come the end of May, we'll all be depressed because Eurovision is over. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. As always, we love talking to you on here, and we're expecting to be back very soon with some more news. But until next time, see ya.